Okay. Good morning, all of you. Welcome to the lecture series of exergy analysis of thermal system, which is offered in Masters of Engineering of Mechanical Engineering Department. This is related to the thermal subjects from the thermal engineering branch, and it is the another half of the thermodynamics or engineering thermodynamics subject. As you can see from the screen that the subject code of its exergy analysis of a thermal system is 3732108. The syllabus has been revised in 2018-19. So you are going to study the new syllabus of exergy analysis of thermal systems, right? So before we have 7 chapters. Now it is reduced to 5 chapters, which are totally based on the application and how we can do the analysis, or in terms of if we are having the available work, or on in another word, if useful work, so how we can do the analysis, that is actually called exergy analysis of a particular region, and our region is the thermal region. Okay, so thermal system is going to analyze by in terms of the exergy form. So that is what we are going to study in this lecture. Okay, or throughout this semester, right? So let me give you about the course description to you so that you can understand it better. Is it visible, Karan? Hello, Karan? Hello,
Yes, sir.
it is
Yes, it
visible.
is visible.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So as you can see from the screen that the subject code is 3732103 and it is offered in third semester. This is
Mm-hmm.
program elective subject. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are total 5 chapters. Okay. So before I explain about the content of the 5 chapters, I will quickly go through the
Mm-hmm.
course outcomes of this subject. Okay. So there are total 4 course outcomes. So it is depending upon how you will understand about the different topics of this particular subject, and the course outcome 1. So that is related to the first two chapters, that to make calculation of exergy and lost work for heat engine, refrigeration and heat pump cycle. So in which you have to
Mm-hmm.
differentiate between heat engine, refrigeration and heat pump cycle, so that you can understand about how much amount of available work or useful work will be available to you to do analysis. Okay, so this is our course outcome 1. Second course outcome, that is to
Mm-hmm.
analyze the different thermal process with exergy viewpoint. Okay, so we have to analyze the various thermal processes, right? Isobaric, isochoric, isenthalpic. Okay, so which thermal process is going to be happen and how much amount of work. At the end, you have to find out the how much amount of the work will be available or will be useful,
Mm-hmm.
that we have to in this subject. Okay, so third course outcome is to appraise exergy analysis of different power plant cycles. Okay, so power plant is obviously related to the thermal subject or thermal engineering branch, right? So in power plant there are various components like condenser, boiler, okay, turbine, where we are getting
Mm-hmm.
the work, okay, or expansion of that superheated steam, right? And that if turbine rotates,
Mm-hmm.
it is attached with the generator so that we can get the electricity, right? So it is used to used as a distribution of the power, or we can say that power generation, right? So power generation, for the power generation, we are using the turbine and the generator, right? So which kind of the processes are happening and how much amount of the work will get with the help of the particular components. So that is your course outcome 3 in terms of the power plant cycles, right? So do you have any idea about which are the cycles related to the power plant?
Simple Rankine cycle.
Yes.
Then usually thermal power plant works on a Rankine cycle.
Good.
Then we have a Brayton cycle for the gas power plants.
Okay. And
then we can also have regenerative cycle.
Good. Good.
To increase the efficiency.
Increase
So
the
they are
efficiency of the power plant, right? So
of the power plant, yes.
What are the classification of the power plant?
Generally coal-based, then gas-based power plants.
Okay.
Then according to the we can steam pressure, we can also classify it as moderate or less pressured, then moderate and high pressure.
High pressure. Good. Okay. So these are the classifications of the power plant. Good. I feel glad that you are knowing this basic term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So exergy analysis will be very easy for you to understand, right? So and the course outcome 4, to appraise the exergy analysis of different refrigeration cycles and evaporative cooling. Okay, so in your bachelor's of engineering and in the previous semester you have studied regarding the refrigeration cycles like VCR, VAR, okay, vapor compression refrigeration and vapor absorption with evaporative cooling. Okay, so you have to do analysis, exergy analysis in terms of the refrigeration cycle and evaporative cooling, right? And the last course outcome, that is fifth course outcome, basically, to compute exergy economics costing of thermal components. Okay, so we have to think in order to minimize our cost, right? So maintenance and operating costs. So we have to understand about thoroughly about the useful work. Okay, so if I am using a turbine, so what kind of the expansion or how much expansion I will get, and if that expansion is useful to convert that saturated steam into the saturated water with the help of the condenser. So likewise we have to think. Okay, so exergy economic costing is also essential in terms of the exergy analysis, right? So I think condenser, you know about the condenser, right? The condenser is used to convert that vapor into the liquid.
Steam.
Yeah, or steam. Sorry, steam to the liquid from the turbine after the expansion process.
From the turbine after expansion.
Okay, so condenser is also essential component. Okay, turbine is also essential component, and boiler is also essential component to generate the steam. Okay, so if we convert that whole steam or 100% that steam into the water, then we can recirculate the water, right? And that is purest form of the water. I hope you are understanding, right? So if we directly take that water from the river or lake, okay, so we have to convert into the purest form of the water with the help of the reverse osmosis process, right? And then we can feed into the boiler. Okay, I think you know about it. So we have to mount
deaerated water.
Yeah, we have to mount some makeup water plant. Okay, so the capital cost will be increased. So instead of using that raw water which is available from the natural resources, we are planting the condenser between the boiler and the turbine. Okay, so that we can get a purest form of the water which is directly converted to from the steam, saturated steam to the saturated water, right? So we have to go through the economic part also. So we have to compute that exergy economics costing of the thermal components, right? So we will do the exergy analysis of these different regions. Okay, and these are the reference book. There are total 6 reference books, and out of
Okay.
6, there are 3 which consist same title: Advanced Engineering Thermodynamics, Advanced Engineering Thermodynamics for
Mm-hmm.
engineers, and the fifth one, Advanced
Mm-hmm.
Thermodynamics for the engineers. Okay, so the publications are different,
Mm-hmm.
and I suggest
Okay.
that use this reference book for the better understanding of exergy analysis by Adrian Bejan. It is
Mm-hmm.
like a Gita for
Okay.
this type of particular point. I think PK Nag is useful for the
Okay.
thermodynamic principle, and the
Mm-hmm.
another half is given
Mm-hmm.
in PK Nag. But if you have to analyze, or if you have to understand more about this particular subject like exergy analysis, then you have to use this Advanced Engineering Thermodynamics by Adrian Bejan, right? The second one is
Okay.
exert the method of thermal plant analysis. In this book, you will get some ideas regarding the power plant cycles. Okay, thermal plants. So for the this chapter, you can use this book,
Mm-hmm.
exert the method. But I will provide you some basic material so that
Okay.
you'll get idea about this exergy analysis, right? The third one is a thermal
Mm-hmm.
design and optimization by Adrian Bejan. This is another book from the same author, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
design and optimize. So it will be useful in this last uh, chapter, that is compute exergy economics costing of thermal components. So it will be covered in this book, right? So and last one is the fundamentals of
Mm-hmm.
engineering thermodynamics. So you will get some of the basic fundamentals, principles, laws of thermodynamics like this PKNAT. You can also use for the refresh your fundamentals of engineering thermodynamics. Okay, so I will actually
Okay.
refresh your the knowledge of the thermodynamics before I start the exergy analysis. Okay, because it is necessary to
Mm-hmm.
recall all the
Mm-hmm.
basic fundamentals. Right now, these are the
Okay.
5 chapters in its exergy analysis. First one is exergy
Mm-hmm.
destruction, that you have to analyze on the lost available work referred to the heat engine cycle, refrigeration cycle, and heat pump cycle. Okay, so as I told you that you have to differentiate between heat engine, refrigeration cycle, and heat pump. So I know that you are knowing the concept of heat engine and refrigeration cycle and heat pump. Heat engine is nothing but it is giving some kind of the work output, right? If you are
Okay.
the heat, it will automatically give you
Mm.
the output as a work. Okay.
Work.
Uh, Now in refrigeration and
Mm.
heat pump, we have to extract heat
Mm.
from the particular confined space,
Mm.
right? So that we have to
Mm.
give
Mm.
some work as an input, right? So that is a main difference
Mm.
between heat engine cycle and refrigeration and heat pump, right? Heat pump is used when we want
Mm.
when we'll use a heat pump. What is difference between refrigeration or air conditioning system and heat pump? Do you have any idea?
Uh, sir, sir, in the case of refrigeration, to maintain the lower temperature,
Okay.
we are
Hmm.
utilizing this refrigeration cycle. And in the case
Okay.
of a heat pump, it is used to it is what the reverse of the refrigeration cycle
Good. Good.
uh, to increase the temperature.
Okay. So
Heat
in
pump.
heat pump, we are focusing on the condenser process because the condenser is
Mm.
releasing the heat, right? It is always
Mm.
removing the heat. And
Mm.
in the refrigeration cycle or in air conditioning system, we are focusing on the evaporator, right? So
Mm.
evaporator is always abstracting the heat from the
Mm.
confined space. Okay, so heat pump is
Right.
always giving the temperature rise, and
Mm.
evaporator is always giving some temperature drop. Okay, but heat
Okay.
engine
Cooling effect.
will, yeah, cooling effect and heating effect.
Mm.
Good. Heating effect will
Mm-hmm.
is given by the heat pump, and cooling effect will be given by the air conditioning system, right? And heat engine is
Mm.
nothing but
Mm-hmm.
it is giving the work as an output. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Now,
Okay.
another topic, that is non-flow and steady flow processes, where you have to apply the steady flow energy equation SFEE for the particular
Mm.
what we can say the components. right? So non-flow and steady
Okay.
processes, mechanism of exergy destruction, modified Gauss-Todala theorem. I think you have studied in thermodynamics, but don't worry, we'll cover this Gauss-Todala theorem and concept of effective temperature. Okay, so why it is necessary? Because some temperature is necessary to attain high amount of the useful work, right? So that particular temperature we can get that much amount of the energy. Like for example, if I am giving the heat to the water, 1 liter of water, right? So if I want that saturated steam from that particular water, so up to 100 degrees centigrade, I have to give that much amount of the heat. Then and then I can get what we can say the steam or saturated steam at particular temperature. I don't want superheated steam, right? I exactly want a saturated. Saturated means maximum. I think you know this.
Maximum, yes.
Yeah, you know this saturation curve. Let me draw. So it will be useful to understand. I think this is visible, right?
Yes.
A notation. Okay. So this curve is known as
Saturation.
saturation curve. This point where two curves are
Critical point.
critical point. CP critical point. Okay, so two curves are intersecting at this point. So this part is known as
superheated.
no. This part. This
And
curve.
wet.
This is saturation curve. Okay,
This
so
portion
obviously.
is
Yes. Yes. Tell me.
Means intermediate wet region and
I'm talking about this part. Sorry, I'm talking about this portion. So, let me draw once again that arrow so that you can. Okay, I'm talking about this curve. This is actually saturation, but which phase is acting on this curve? Liquid, vapor, or solid? I think solid is not coming into the picture.
No, vapor.
Okay, good. This is saturated vapor curve. This is
Saturated vapor.
Yeah, this is saturated vapor curve, and this is saturated liquid curve. This is liquid. Okay, so at this point you will find 100% of the liquid at any pressure, and this is the diagram of T versus S. Okay, temperature entropy diagram, TS diagram, right? So at this particular point, you will get this point 100% of water, which is converted from the steam. I'm talking about the steam right now, not any refrigerant. Okay, so keep in mind that I'm talking about the water, steam to water, right? So at this point, you are getting 100% of water. Now, if I draw a horizontal line to this point, okay, so this is constant temperature. Okay, let us assume this is T star. Let us assume this is T star. Okay, so this is constant temperature, right? So what you are observing by these 2 points? At the same temperature, you can get at the same temperature you can get saturated vapor as well as saturated water. So if you abstract heat from this saturated steam or saturated vapor, abstract or absorb the heat, then it will be converted into the water. Okay, or if you add some amount of the heat in this saturated water, it will get converted into the saturated
vapor. Saturated
vapor or steam, right? So this is the concept of TS diagram, and this is the concept of the saturation curve, right? And another parameter will come into the picture in this diagram. This is pressure. This is pressure line. Okay, let me clear. It is visible, right?
Yes.
So this is pressure line. Okay, this is constant pressure line. Suppose the pressure is 1 bar over here, this is 2 bar pressure over here. Okay, so now your system is working on the two different pressure. Okay, so first pressure is this uh, atmospheric pressure we can say, and second one is a higher pressure. Okay, so whenever you are getting a point, suppose this is the point, these are the points, these 4 points I am marking right now. Okay, so these 4 points are on the constant pressure line. It means the four points are consisting the same pressure as atmospheric pressure, right? I think this part is clear to you. But you can observe the phase. Here it is liquid side.
Liquid.
Here liquid plus vapor in between this region. Now this is in superheated and this is also in superheated, but at the same pressure. So you can convert superheated steam, saturated water or subcooled water at the constant pressure with applying some principle of the heat. Okay, so you can get this is a rough idea about the constant pressure line. Okay, so heat addition process is always constant pressure, right? In boiler, what you are doing, heat addition process, right? So heat addition process is done. Heat addition process is done at the constant pressure, right? But after using some mountings and accessories like a superheater, right? Superheater, economizer, and these are the mountings.
Air preheater, yes.
Air preheater. Okay. So with the use of the flue gases which are actually wasted from the coal. Okay, so that flue gases we are using. Okay, and that waste energy, that is called waste energy, that is actually useful to preheat this kind of the water as well as the steam. Okay, so that is actually exergy, that is available energy from the waste energy. Okay, so that analysis we have to do, and we can increase the power plant efficiency, right? So that we can get that amount of the superheated steam at the constant pressure, or heat addition process is always constant pressure. Barabar? I think this part is clear too. And meanwhile, I will explain you deeply whenever this point will come. Okay. So I think this part is clear. TS diagram is clear to you. Okay. So in all exergy analysis, either we will work on the PV diagram or we'll work on the TS diagram. Right. PV diagram is same. Only that parameter will be different, pressure and volume. Okay, and here you can also see this kind of the curve, and also we'll study about the pH diagram that you have observed in VCR. pH diagram, pressure enthalpy diagram, right? So in that region you will get this kind of the curve, like incline curve. Okay, so this is pressure enthalpy diagram, pressure volume diagram, and this is TS diagram. So we'll study the three basic diagram or charts of to understand the exergy analysis of different components or which are related to the thermal power plant, refrigeration cycle, right? And which are available in the simple process, right? So this is a basic idea about these three kind of the charts. Now in the second chapter, this is what effective temperature. Okay, that we'll see in detail in this particular point. Okay, now second chapter is based on the simple processes that we have gone through the course objective 2, that is simple processes. What are the simple processes? Like mixing and separation processes of the fluid of different temperature, heat transfer across the temperature distance, expansion and compression process, and with analyze on the combustion process. Okay, so these are the processes. So how exergy analysis will be done for this kind of the simple processes that we will see in this chapter, right? And meanwhile, we'll calculate the different numerical based on the particular processes, right? So heat transfer, expansion, compression, and combustion, and all the processes you have to apply SFEE. That is basically generated invented from the which law of thermodynamics?
Hello. Second.
Second law or first law?
Exergy.
Not exergy.
Hello.
Steady flow energy equation.
For flow and non-flow processes.
I'm asking about
Mm-hmm.
on which law of the thermodynamics the steady flow energy equation has been invented. First law, second law, zeroth law.
First law.
Yes, good. Okay, so
first law, energy neither created nor destroyed.
Yes. So on the basis of that first law, we have I think you have studied in engineering thermodynamics, right? SFEE equation. So that you can get different components like turbine, compressor, heat exchanger, boiler. Okay, that you have to use in exergy analysis also, right? Now third chapter, that is exergy analysis of power plant system or power plant cycles, where you can find you have told many of the cycles which are related to the power plant, like Brayton cycle, steam turbine power plant, right? And the gas turbine power plant, right? So here you have to study the two different types of the power plant. First one is steam, and second one is the gas turbine power plant, right? So external and internal irreversibility, superheater, reheater, vacuum condenser, regenerative feed water heater, combined feed water heating and reheating in the steam turbine power plant. Now, some of the components will be extracted from the gas turbine power plant so that you can get a better efficiency of in terms of the power generation. Okay, so in external and internal irreversibility is common point between steam turbine and gas turbine. The regeneration, reheat, and intercooler, right? So intercooler is added in gas turbine power plant, and combined. Last one is a combined steam and gas turbine power plant. Ultimately, our focus is on how much amount of the energy or electricity we can generate with the help of the minimum input. Okay, ultimately that is actually what efficiency is definition. Output divided by input. Okay, this is output. Output divided by O divided by I. Okay, if you're giving minimum input, you will get maximum efficiency. Right? And it is also related to the output. Okay, so if efficiency is more, then automatically you will get the maximum output. Okay, so we are focusing on the that electricity generation. So which kind of the inputs we have to do that will actually reduce the capital cost, maintenance cost, and all sort of things. It will ultimately lead in terms of the maximum output, right? So in third chapter you will understand about the power plant cycle. Okay, and in the fourth chapter, that is refrigeration cycle, we have to apply this exergy analysis concept to the different refrigeration cycles like Joule-Thomson expansion. Okay, now work producing expansion. Okay, now Brayton cycle, optimal intermediate cooling, exergy analysis of the air conditioning applications. Okay, so which are the air conditioning application, like mixture of air and water vapor? Okay, how much amount of the water vapor are present in the actually amount of the dry air? So that is called humidity. Okay, humidity is nothing but the water vapor particle present in the air, right? So how much amount of the water vapor particle present? So I think it will give you the different humidities like relative humidity, absolute humidity,
specific humidity.
Okay, so these are the three humidities where you have to apply the exergy analysis, right? Total flow energy of humid air and liquid water. Okay, and evaporative cooling process and other aspects. Okay, evaporative cooling is also part of the refrigeration system, like you are using the sand pot, right? Gado, matlano. It is using the evaporative cooling principle. Okay, so you have to also apply how much amount of the useful work is available at the end of the process. That is simple. In this subject, you are going to study about the output or available output or available work, or in another word, useful work. Okay, so that you are going to study. Okay, so after the process, or after heating process or cooling process or any cycles which are related to the power plant or in power plant processes. Okay, so how much amount of the work will be produced? That is our main focus of this subject. Okay, exergy analysis, exergy. And another word that is opposite of this word, do you know? Exergy.
Energy. Energy.
Yes, good,
Energy.
good. This is opposite of that word, that is energy,
Mm,
right?
mm,
So that is
mhm,
unavailable work.
mhm. Unavailable work. Yes.
Unavailable work and available work. That is
Delta X.
exergy and yeah, delta X.
Mm,
Okay. And in fifth chapter, the last chapter,
mm,
you will understand about the economical analysis of exergy, right? Fundamental of exergy economics, exergy costing of different thermal concepts like steam or gas turbine, boiler, and cogeneration system. Now, what do you mean
mm.
by cogeneration?
Uh, Maybe what when we are utilizing the waste gases
Mm, okay.
uh, uh, to increase the thermal efficiency. Maybe it is
Okay.
the cogeneration
Cogeneration
or
is related to what we can say. There's some kind of the renewable energy.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are using the renewable energy like a solar energy, wind energy. Okay, so that is actually
Okay, okay.
by 2030 or 2035, the power plant,
Mm-hmm.
thermal power plant will be shifted to this kind of the cogeneration system.
Yes.
Okay, and that is actually called state
Okay.
of the art. State of the art, which is nothing but
Mm-hmm.
we are utilizing the renewable energy. Okay, so what we are doing
Okay.
in steam power plant, what we are doing,
Uh,
could you just explain the simplest process of steam power plant?
in which the boiler is used to heat the feed water
Hmm.
and it gets converted into the steam.
Hmm.
Then through boiling process convert steam, then we are expanding the steam
Hmm.
inside the turbine,
Hmm.
where due to expansion then temperature will get reduced and pressure will get reduced and
Good,
convert into water.
good.
Then we are utilizing in the
Not
evaporator,
converted into
we are
water.
extracting maximum.
Not
No,
converted in.
means it's pressure and temperature will get
Yes.
reduced,
Yes.
but still it will be in a vapor form.
Okay.
Then it can be transferred to evaporator, where we are supplying
Condenser.
cooling water, uh, condenser. Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
cooling water.
Hmm.
Then it gets converted into some water,
Hmm.
depending upon the temperature and pressure,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that feed from that we will supply that again to the boiler and with the makeup water, and still
Good.
we can use cooling tower also to also reduce the temperature after the condenser. Cooling
Good.
towers are also
Good.
there,
Good.
so we need to supply water to cooling tower too.
Okay. So we are using particularly boiler. Okay. To generate a superheated steam. Why we require the
Mm,
superheated steam? Because it contains a high amount of the energy. Right. Available
mm,
energy
mm,
is very much high because pressure is
mm,
very much high and temperature is also high. Right. So that
mm,
particular high grade energy or high energy we are imparting on that turbine blade. Right.
mm,
So
mm,
in gas turbine
mm,
power plant, they are using the gas like IC
mm,
engine, okay, petrol,
mm,
diesel, or whatever fuel based gas. So
mm,
they are using also compressed air. And this kind of the power plant, or sorry, we can say that this type of the concept is used in the jet engine, jet propulsion engine, okay, where you are getting the same kind
mm,
of energy as we are getting in this
mm,
kind of the thermal power plant, right? Okay, so
mm,
in cogeneration system or in the state of the art, you have to use the resources which are available by the nature,
mm,
okay, like a
mm,
solar. So I
mm,
will show that diagram of particular solar based power generation system. Okay, so they are actually
mm,
using this kind of the solar reflector, and they are collected at the focal point. Okay, all the
mm.
like 12 or 15 parabolic dish, I think you have seen.
Parabolic dish type.
Okay, so
Mm,
that are focusing on the one point, or we can say
mm,
the focal point, so where
mm,
the temperature is increased, right? And
mm,
that
mm,
temperature is more than 500 degrees centigrade or 600 degrees centigrade. Okay, So that is
Mm.
actually using to what we can say, to transfer that amount of the heat to the particular
Mm.
air. We are not using any kind of the fuel in this power plant.
Okay.
Air is
Mm.
extract with the help of the compressor
Mm.
from the atmosphere. Okay, it is
Mm.
passing through a pipe. Now that
Mm.
particular region where we are getting more than 500 degrees centigrade, so that energy is
Mm.
given to that particular air which is already compressed. It contains
Mm.
high pressure because of the compressor, right?
Mm.
I think you are getting this point, because
Yes.
when the compressor it is
Mm.
getting high pressurized, and temperature is somewhat
Mm.
increased because of pressure increase. Right now
Mm.
we are giving that much amount
Mm.
of the
Mm.
energy uh, uh, uh,
Mm.
to that particular compressed air, and that air
Mm.
is now consumes a high amount of the energy, and it is imparting on the turbine blade. Okay, turbine blade. So turbine
Mhm.
rotates and
Mm.
energy is generated. Now we are not using any kind
Mm.
of the fuel like a diesel, coal, and etc. Okay, but the
Mhm.
efficiency of this kind of this cogeneration system or state of the art is very minimum, or very
Okay.
nominal, like a
Mm.
10 percentage or 12 percentage. So the working is going on,
Mhm.
but
Mm.
up to 2035 we are also using this kind of this
Mm.
state of art system, right? Like biogas,
Mhm.
green
Mm.
energy, we can generate the
Mhm.
energy with the helping of this kind of the renewable energy. Okay, you can also combine the steam power plant and this kind of the state of art. You can combine the gas power plant
Yes.
and with this kind of this,
Mhm.
so that we can minimize the use of the fuel. Okay, and
Mhm.
get efficiency in terms of the summation of all the power plant
Mhm.
efficiency, right? Or all the component.
Okay.
So this is what
Mhm.
we are going to study in this exergy analysis. And one new term that is coming into the picture, that is micro gas turbine. I think you have heard this subject, that particular term. Have you heard this term, micro gas
Micro
turbine?
gas turbine.
So search on the Google,
No.
you will
Mhm.
get some
Mhm.
important and impressive facts about the micro gas turbine. It is very it is a reduced version of the gas turbine, right? Gas turbine power plant. The
Mhm.
components are same, but the size of that
Mm.
particular micro gas turbine is nothing like our wardrobe or the single door cupboard. Okay, so that
Okay.
will actually produce what we can say up to the 1,000 kilowatt
Mhm.
power output.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
and you can convert into the electricity, right? But you search on the Google, it will very
Mhm.
provide you the immense pleasure while why it is very important. But do you know the rotation per minute of the simple
Mm.
turbine in steam turbine power plant and gas turbine power plant? Do you know the rotation revolution per minute? I think up to which RPM we are going?
Mhm.
Any idea? Rough
Um,
idea?
Maybe 1,000.
1,000 is very less. Up to
Okay.
30,000, 40,000, 50,000 RPM.
O-
Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
You will find extraordinary, what we can say, the value of the RPM
Mhm.
in MGD,
Mm.
that is more than 1 lakh RPM.
Okay. Mhm.
Revolution per minute is 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh. Okay.
Okay.
Because of
Mm.
the reduced size, right?
Mhm.
And you are imparting
Mm.
that particular high energy on that particular
Okay.
lower size or reduced size
Mhm.
component. Okay, so this
Mhm.
is emerging concept. Okay, so we can
Mhm.
replace that big gigantic thermal power plant into the small power plant unit.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is a new topic in the cogeneration system.
Okay.
So that is actually exergy economic analysis, right? So this is the
Mm.
concept of sorry, this is a description of the subject which we are going to study. This is very interesting subject, exergy analysis.
Mm.
Okay, and yes, the teaching scheme and examination scheme is like this. You have 3 lectures, tutorial is 0, no experiment will
Mm.
be there. Okay, so there are total 3 lectures per week.
Yes.
credit of this subject, that is 3. Okay,
Mhm.
and semester examination, that is 70 marks, and practical assessment or mid-sem marks are 30.
Okay.
Okay, so it carries
Okay.
total 100 marks. Okay, and
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
question paper will be formed like this: remember level, understanding level,
Mhm.
and application,
Mhm.
analyze level,
Mhm.
evaluate,
Mhm.
and creative level. Okay, so 10 percentage should be from the
Creative.
remember side or remember. Understanding level,
Mhm.
how much concept or how much amount of the fundamental you are actually
Mhm.
understanding in this subject. So
Mhm.
they will ask the question on the basis of this understanding level. And application,
Mhm.
what are the applications of this exergy analysis? Okay, so the questions are related to
Mhm.
that application level. And analyze, you have to analyze some cycles. Okay, so they will ask questions regarding this, the analyze. Okay, 20 percentage. And evaluate, in this part you have to do the solution of the numerical.
Mhm.
Okay, so they will ask 20 percentage of 20 marks of numerical. And creative, they will ask about the 10 percentage. But this is
Create.
uncertain. Uncertainty is there in creative level. They will also balance the 10
Mhm.
percentage in terms of the understanding, remember, or all of the remaining level of the Bloom's taxonomy. Okay,
Mhm.
so this is clear
Mhm.
about the subject you are going to study
Mhm.
this semester. Okay, and these are the reference book. And yes, list of the experiments is 0, and equipments are not possible because experiment,
Mhm.
okay, not applicable, not applicable. You can also search the content of this particular subject with the help of NPTEL. Okay, NPTEL website.
Mhm.
Can search the exergy analysis, but
Mhm.
you will find that particular subject in thermodynamics. Okay, second part of the exergy,
Mhm.
second part of the thermodynamics, that is exergy analysis, right? So if you click on this exergy analysis, you will get
Okay.
hardly two or three
Mhm.
chapters, or maybe one chapter, and the subtopics are 3 or 4. Okay, but we have to understand the 5
Mhm.
different chapters in this whole syllabus. Okay, so this is actually very big.
Mhm.
You will get some idea about the what is exactly
Okay.
with the help of the NPTEL, right? And some CDs are also available from the reference.
Mhm.
If you are having that kind of the CD, you can also use that resources,
Mhm.
solution of the problem using software and spreadsheet.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is overall view of your subject which you are going to study in this semester. Okay, and
Okay.
yes, I have not started yet the subject. Is it visible?
Mhm. Yes.
PPT. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll start our lecture with some brainstorming or questions. Okay. I think we are running out of the time, but
Mhm.
let me ask you the question uh,
Mhm.
related to the pressure, temperature, pressure, velocity.
Mhm.
Okay. So give the
Mhm.
relationship between the pressure, temperature, and pressure, velocity. Then we'll start our unit number 1, because some concept
Mhm.
has to be refreshed
Mhm.
into your mind
Mhm.
of the thermodynamics. Okay,
Mhm.
I think you are knowing all the concepts, but some of the concept you have to recall once again. Okay, so
Mhm.
first
Mhm.
brainstorming question, that is what is relationship between the pressure and temperature, and another question is what is
Mhm.
relationship between pressure and velocity.
Okay.
I think
Uh,
the answer is like
mhm.
proportional, inversely proportional, equal to, greater than, less than.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so you can give.
Sir, in the case of pressure temperature,
Hmm,
PV is equals to nRT, so it's directly proportional
okay,
of for the ideal cases.
okay,
Generally, what
okay,
we are talking,
okay,
PV is equals to nRT.
okay.
Mm.
And what about the
And
pressure and velocity?
sir, in the case of a nozzle,
Hmm. Good.
Then when we design the nozzle, then what we are converting is into velocity. Pressure is get converts into velocity.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
And the
velocity will be
relation
increased or decreased in the nozzle.
increase, sir, and pressure will get increase.
What could you please repeat once again?
So pressure gets
In nozzle,
converted into velocity.
talking, yes, I'm talking about
Uh,
nozzle. Okay.
mm, mm. And dA by A is equals to something. There is one relation. I forgot about the equation.
Not equation. I'm asking about the simple
We are going to
process.
apply that relation.
Yeah, if area is decreased, at that
Mm,
time you will get a smaller space.
mm,
Continuously decrease, you are getting a
mm,
smaller space. Okay, so it actually
mm, mm,
affects on the
mm.
pressure side. So pressure is decreased, and by
Okay.
using the Euler's theorem and
Mm,
Bernoulli's principle of the fluid mechanics, I think you have
mm, mm,
studied. Okay, so in compressible fluid
mm,
or
mm,
incompressible fluid. Okay, so if pressure is decreased, at that time you are
mm.
getting the high velocity, because the total energy is
Velocity
equal to
increase.
potential energy plus pressure energy plus kinetic energy,
Mm,
right? Pressure plus
mm, mm,
potential and the
mm,
kinetic energy. Suppose you are having a 20
mm,
joule of total energy, so that will be constant.
mm,
But what will happen inside the energies like potential energy, kinetic energy, and pressure energy? They are interchanging. Okay, but the summation of that particular
mm,
energy, all energy will
mm,
be 20. I'm talking about the rough idea. Okay,
mm,
20 is constant. Total energy is constant.
mm, mm.
But at the some point, let's assume the dam.
Okay.
Okay, so at the peak
Mm,
point of the dam, or at the upper
mm,
surface of the dam, you are
mm,
having the highest amount of the potential energy, where
mm,
you cannot find the kinetic energy and pressure energy, right?
mm,
So the dominancy of
mm,
potential
mm,
energy is more. Now, if it is falling, free
mm,
falling, then that potential energy is
mm, mm.
decrease, and meanwhile the kinetic energy will be increased.
Kinetic and increase.
Okay, so the influences
Mm,
of
mm,
kinetic energy is more. Now we are
mm,
focusing on the particular point of the turbine. Okay, so that will
mm,
create some kind of the pressure energy at particular point. So at that time you are not
mm,
having potential energy and the kinetic energy, right? So at that time the
mm,
influence of or dominancy of pressure energy is more, but the total energy is remaining constant. Okay, so once one energy is decreased, another energy will be increased, right? I think the summation of three
mm.
energies is 12 plus 3
Okay.
plus 5. Okay, so it will be 20.
Mm,
So after some time you will
mm,
get 3
mm,
joule of potential energy, 12 joule of the kinetic energy, and again 5 joule of the
mm,
pressure energy. Now after some time you will find the 19 joule of the pressure energy, 1 joule of
mm,
kinetic energy, and 1 joule of the pressure energy. Okay, so the
mm,
ultimately
mm,
the kinetic energy and potential energy, so ultimately your summation will be
mm, mm,
constant. Only you can transfer or interchange the
mm,
energy, or that is called
mm,
energy conversion, right?
mm,
So that
mm,
will be used. So if pressure is increased, velocity will be decreased. That means
mm.
it is inversely proportional.
Yes.
Okay, so
Mm,
that's what we are using this concept in the nozzle. And diffuser is opposite of that. Diffuser
mm,
is if your area is continuously increased, so it will affect the
mm.
velocity. Velocity will be decreased, and
Mm.
velocity is inversely proportional to pressure. If velocity is decreased,
Pressure
pressure is increased.
increase.
Okay, so this is
Mm,
nothing but the principle of nozzle and diffuser. Okay,
mm,
and you are going to study about this analysis, specifically exergy analysis of this kind of the nozzle, turbine, diffuser, heat exchanger, boiler, cycles of power plant. So this is totally
mm,
imaginary subject, what we can say. And
mm,
one interesting thing about the thermodynamics, that is it is a funny subject. The first time you go through it,
Hmm.
you don't understand it all.
Hmm.
Okay. The second time you go
Hmm.
through it, you think you understand it, except 1 or 2 points.
Hmm.
Okay. And the third time you go through
Hmm.
it, you don't understand it once again, but by that time you are so used to the subject, it doesn't bother you anymore.
Hmm.
So this is interesting fact of
Okay.
the thermodynamics. Okay. So you are only present in this lecture. I think another
Hmm.
students are absent. So I will take your attendance. Just please write down your enrollment number in the chat box so that I can uh, save your attendance in the chat box. So we'll start with the brainstorming questions. Okay, tomorrow
Hmm.
at 9 to 10
Okay.
we are having lecture on 9 to 10. Okay.
Hmm.
So we'll start with the subject with some brainstorming and some of the fundamentals or principles of the thermodynamics, and then we'll
Hmm.
go on the chapter number 1, that is exergy destruction. Okay, so you can write your enrollment number in chat box so that I can save. Okay, good. So
Hmm.
that's it from the my side. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
safe
Thank
and
you.
wear mask when you go out.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's it from.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, have a great day.